Hey, it's Dusty Showers from thesecondbaseman.org, and I apologize if that was a slow beginning. I lost the sound on my phone today, so Casey was going, say hello, Casey.
Hello, Casey.
He was going, normally there's a ding, and I didn't get the ding.
No day.
We
It's like I'm not even here.
No, the man behind the camera. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce the town we're in today. Hemet?
I go with Hemet.
Hemet?
I like Hemet.
Whatever it is, we're in California. We left Indio this morning and went from hotel to hotel, and it was quite the ordeal. We left Indio, which is by Palm Desert, and left straight from the hotel, from the parking lot on my bike, and began to go uphill. I got into Palm Desert, and we had storms out there, and went one way and went about 4 miles, give or take. Actually, because it was longer than 4 miles. And then by the time we figured it out, I decided to pedal back. Casey said, "I'll come pick you up and bring you back." And I said, "No, it can't be that far," so I'll pedal back. And we can't get on the interstates, which is I-10, which goes straight across. But so we had to take 78, which runs at a V, and it runs through some forest. I'll post it on the picture on Facebook, or the map on Facebook. But it runs through a forest. And basically, I mean, it's just a straight road. And the thing when you drive through mountains is you don't know what's beyond them. So I'm looking up this straight road, and I don't know if the road that we're going to take once we get in there, and I knew that it was going to be very wavy, but I didn't know if it was going to continue to go to the top of the mountain or not. But the bottom line is, I get up to the top of this place, and I can look all over Palm Desert. It's just absolutely amazing. And then we start to get into the ride, and it was one of those rides that was just canyony, and you could look at how it's terraced up the mountain. And at one point, I saw Casey like 4 roads up ahead of me, and then it just disappeared. And then we had thunderstorms and lightning, and when we were on top of Mount Lemmon, we had thunderstorms, but I didn't see any lightning. Today we had lightning, and it was a really hard ride. So I know some people aren't paying attention, and they say you're not riding the whole thing, and like comparing it to Tour de France and whatever, and that it's impossible. And I think anybody that pays attention knows that when I ride with Casey, I share it. Yesterday was only 35 miles. Part of that was because I allowed myself to be pulled off what's important to me. And the day before that was 95 miles. And when I told somebody that I had just gotten off my bike of riding 95 miles through the desert, they told me to stop lying. So I'm doing way more than I ever thought I could. And what I learned when I've done these 3-day walks, and I hang out in the back of the pack, and what I've learned early on is you can never judge somebody until you know why they're doing something. You never know what they're capable of doing. And sure, I can blame it on this stuff, which is supposed to rebuild my muscles faster and help me absorb 20 to 30% more water. And bioprotein tech, if you want to check it out. And I know that helps me, but until you know why somebody's doing something, you have no idea what they're capable of. And I know most of you know that I speak in metaphors, and I tell stories of allegory, and that I compare all this to cancer. But I follow it up by saying the exception, though, is I have the choice to stop, and I truly get that. But the mountains and the desert, and when you get to the top of the mountain, or what you think is the top of the mountain, only to realize there's a canyon and then another mountain, it's crushing. And there were cramping up. There were so many times today where I nearly broke down, and it was thunderstorms, and I know that Casey knew that I wasn't going to make it, and there was a moment where I didn't think I was going to make it. and I made it halfway, and some guys stopped and they took pictures of the bra and they thought it was awesome, and they wanted a card for donations, and they said, you're about halfway there, and that crushed me when they said that I was halfway there, because I thought it was much farther than that, and they said, once you get to the top, though, it's all downhill. And I got to the top, and I thought it was the top, and because it was my first downhill, and the shoulders were this big, and there were it was scary. I told Casey twice, said, if I die, this is what I need you to tell people, because I truly thought that was a possibility today. And but I had two things pushing me, and one of those is my friends that have shown me unconditional love, and the other are those people that doubt me. And those were the two strongest forces that got me over the damn mountain today. And then I finally did get to the top. And I rode on 100% adrenaline. I rode faster than I've ever ridden before. I rode so fast my pedals couldn't keep up. My feet couldn't pedal fast enough. Casey was waiting for me. I flew by him at 40, 50 miles an hour. And I didn't even care. Normally, if I pass him and he doesn't see me, that risks me being lost, because our cell phones don't work up in the mountains. And I said, I don't care. He can find me later. He can find me tonight. I'll go down and I'll do whatever. But I wasn't gonna stop, because I climbed that mountain and I did it. And this entire trip has been about my friends with breast cancer and raising money for my friends with breast cancer. And all the women that I've become friends with through this. But that mountain today, as metaphoric as it is for anything that anybody with cancer has gone through, that mountain today was mine. And if that makes me selfish, I apologize. But Casey and I both have put more than 30 days into this whole thing, and I'm going to finish strong, because I'm committed to it 100%. And Casey, as a partner, continues to get better and better and better. And today I tested him, because we were riding for 8.5 hours. We stopped once for a can of soup, and then a couple times I ate a couple granola bars. And outside of that, we rolled for 8.5 hours today. And even finding the hotel, I said I'm going straight to the hotel. I even went the wrong way for that, and that added a few more miles on. But regardless, that was my day. And I just want to thank everybody that has supported me and supported the Second Baseman, and everybody that gives the love to Casey too. So
Yeah.
for the Second Baseman, where we always fight breast cancer in unusual ways, please support us at www.thesecondbaseman.org. From Indio, and I'm not sure where we're going tomorrow. We got to be getting
Hemet.
Where?
Hemet.
No, I'm sorry. From Hemet. I don't know where we're going tomorrow, but we'll get there, and then I think we'll be in LA on Saturday.
Not back to India, that's for sure. That's Indio, a big mountain.
Oh, and it was so humid. It was like Florida humid in Indio.
Lame.
What happened to the dryness? Regardless, life is beautiful. Say goodnight, Casey.
Good night, Casey.